Hello everybody, been a long time. This is why I'm here though, to explain why I've been gone, what's been going on, etc. Yeah, I'm standing up today. I felt like standing up, sitting down. I sit down too much writing, so I thought I'd stand up. And this needs an iron. I'll sort that out, don't worry. I'll sort that out. So, yeah, let's get down to business. So, I think my last video was before Christmas. For the Christmas holidays, and then I just piled into work. I piled into the new books, piled into some work I was doing that I'm selling on Etsy for like some font work for bullet journals and diaries and things like that. Like you can buy them and stick them in your diaries or bullet journals, like graphic design fonts and all that. I was doing some work for that, but like I said, I was just piling in, and when I pile into work I tend to I'll get completely lost in it, so I just disappear into work, and so I didn't really have time to do any videos, etc. And then I was planning my next videos, because I was going to do a massive video. I was going to do a where have I been for the last 6 weeks or whatever, etc., and videos like that. And then unfortunately I had some terrible news. A relative of mine had gone into hospital, so I dropped everything, and me and my other family, we were literally at the hospital all the time. We spent like almost a month over there, and backwards and forwards. And as you know, I've got quite a big family like myself, quite a few kids. So obviously I was trying to explain stuff, and there was still school runs, and everything was still going on. I did still try and like distract myself with work, get back into work, and keep everything ticking over, but it just wasn't working. To be honest, it just wasn't. I just couldn't concentrate. I wasn't sleeping. Some of you might know, what it feels like, etc., and how these situations work. But like I say, I just literally just dropped everything, and I was kind of trying to keep it together for my other family involved and everything, and we all got that. And then unfortunately, my relative did pass away. So in the middle of March. So obviously there was that as well, and then it took quite a while for everything to be arranged after that. We just kind of had like a cloud hanging over us for a while. Obviously we was all in mourning, etc. And again, work suffered, although I did again try and get back into work and just try and lose myself and move on, as you do, as you try and move on. So yeah, so there was that. But like I say, the weeks just ticked by. And you started to look at, you were looking at like, nearly like 3 months ish, give or take. You're looking at a long time, and I'm ticking over the book business. I'm dealing with everything else. I'm obviously trying to get my head around what's happened, and grieve and mourn and etc. And then I've got young kids, so I'm trying to explain every single question possible, and believe me, there's a lot of questions. So there was all that kind of thing going on as well, and I was here and I was there and I was somewhere else, and I was I was jumping in a taxi to go there, and I was going around this person, and I was on the phone to this person, and yeah, it just kind of ticked over, and it's all kind of settled now. We had the funeral, everything, that's all done now, very recent, a few days ago. So now, it is kind of, if you look at it that way, I'm looking at it that way, it now is, it's move on, get back into it. Hence this video, hence this where have I been. What have I been doing video, because I don't have a lot of people on YouTube, I know that, but Instagram, I did post on there, a little message on there so that people knew what's been going on, and Facebook as well. I'm going to try and get this video out everywhere today. I'll finish this video and then I'll put it out everywhere as far as I can get it, you know. You know, nothing's really changed on the book front. I'm still where I was before. Like I say, there's things going up in the Etsy store. I'll probably try and put some clips in if I can. For people to go and buy. You literally just pay for it. It's like £1 or $1 or whatever, and then you can download the file and then you can print it off as many times as you want. You buy it once and keep it forever, and it's just fonts. And there's like month. I've done all the months as well. So if you want to buy, you know, you want to stick a nice like November or May or June or whatever, I've got a couple of them up there. So that's over there. Obviously, I was planning to do some more in the past few months, but everything I've just explained took over. So I couldn't really, you know, I didn't really have it in me to sit down and do the design work, because it does take a while to design the, you know, 'cause you have to do all the letters, because if you're doing months and dates, which is kind of how I'm doing it, months and dates, you are obviously you've got to design every letter of the dates of the year, the months of the year, and then you've got to do all the numbers and then put them all together so that you've got them all, etc. So it kind of does take a little while to do. You do the designing and then you have to do the typesetting afterwards, excuse me. But yeah, like I say, I am now back into it. I'm still on the vampire book and the other books, and the free library's still up. If anyone wants to go and check out the free library, there's books on there and stories on there, and the donation pages, etc., which is set cheap again for £1, so you can help me keep the site running and the free books going. Hear that noise? I think you can hear that noise. That's my kettle boiling, which is a sign which means I need tea. I'll go and have it in a minute, don't worry. I do need a tea though. I've drunk so much tea in the last few months, you wouldn't believe it. It's a very English thing to do. If something goes wrong, you rush and make a cup of tea, and it makes you feel better. And believe me, I've never, you know, needed that so much as I have in the last few months. It was, you know, for any people out there who have had a loss in the family or friends, etc., or anything like that, you completely understand. You know how it can just literally consumes you totally, you know, and it takes you over, and everything else just seems distant. You're like living in a fog, if that makes any sense. You know, you kind of get up, you're on autopilot, you get dressed, you go and have your breakfast and things like that, and then the hours just blur away, and you know, you wonder where you've been for the morning, but you've just literally been sitting thinking, or that kind of thing. It's kind of how the last few months have been for me, really. I say I've kept myself busy. I have been working. I've been doing very specific work, like editing and things like that, and like behind the scenes stuff, you know, like checking out the websites and things like that, just so that I'm still obviously working, but I'm not delving into anything new or anything major. I did have some ideas that I jotted down, but I'll return to them at another time, probably when it's more kind of when I feel more into it, if you know what I mean. Because I don't know, I might look at some of these ideas, and these ideas all revolve around someone in hospital or something like that, because it was literally just all that was on my mind at the time. So yeah. Yeah, so like I say, nothing's really changed on the book front. Everything's still exactly the same. I'm still The two paperbacks coming out very soon will be the second in the Amelia Maylock series and the adult like horror thriller book that I wrote on my way home while Angus sleeps. They're on Kindle, but they've been formatted and everything like that for paperback. So they'll be coming out this year. I just need to finalise some of the formatting work for the paperback, because Kindle and paperback, there's very different formatting, so I just need to sort that all out, and then I should be able to get them out onto Amazon as well, the paperbacks, maybe make a big deal out of all that, and then I'll just carry on from there. Like I say, hopefully I'll get back into the videos again. We are actually in the middle of school holiday as well over here. It's the Easter season holiday, and so obviously what with everything else that's been going on, like I mentioned, like funerals and all that kind of stuff, we've also had children on holiday, which is it's brilliant, and it's also kind of not brilliant at the same time, if you know what I mean. Obviously the kids knew what was going on, but they're so young, they'd never had to deal with anything like that before. So there was that side of things. You had to kind of make sure that they were okay, and you're dealing with that side of things instead of just kind of saying this is happening, deal with it. I didn't want to throw them in at the deep end, etc., and kind of give them that sharp talk. I just wanted to kind of every step of the way, explain every step of the way. This is going to happen next. This is what will happen next. When we go here today, this is what will happen, etc. So it's great. But the sun, literally through the whole bad times, the weather over here was horrendous. It really was. There might have been a couple of days where it was really sunny, but even though it was really sunny, there was freezing cold wind, like literally constantly. And like I say, I was travelling to hospital to visit, and it was just freezing cold and everything like that. And then I think the day of the funeral, the sun just started shining, and then the day after that, I went for a nice long walk with the family to the local town, and the sun just was even warmer. It was a lovely day. It was like a pre-summer, it was just, I know, I mean, I'm kind of like sentimental and strange like that, but I kind of, I was like, oh, it's a gift from my relative type of thing, kind of smiling down on me, that kind of thing, it's, you take from these things what you will in times like this. So that's but I'm ready to get back into it all. I'm ready to move on. I've missed it a lot, and it frustrates the hell out of me, the book world. It really does. It's especially on the indie side, on the independent side, it's a frustrating place to work, to kind of set yourself. But I have missed it. I've wanted to get back into. So I just keep looking over there because my back garden's out there, and I can see like birds and things flying past the window, so they distract me. I wanted to get really back into it. Like I said, I did try to get some work done, get some writing done, and kind of lose myself, but I don't think the mindset was right, which is why I just kind of left it and worked on some behind the scenes stuff, just easy stuff that I didn't really need to. It was stuff that I could easily put down if I needed to. It was all the editing and the just like the formatting, etc. These kind of things, and it's very easy to walk away from that. You can just kind of stop like that, and walk away. You need to take a moment, and I've needed to take so many moments. I mean, I lost count of the amount of times that I've just been sitting there, just staring into space, daydreaming away, taking a moment, however you want to word it, really. I've been doing that so often, and like I say, my sleep pattern's been very kind of random and erratic of, you know, just waking up in the middle of the night, wide awake, getting up, and then, you know, a few hours later, when everyone else is suddenly getting up and getting themselves sorted, and that you know, I'm completely shattered, and I'm ready to go back to sleep again. But it's, you know, your patterns get, and your rhythms get out of sync. But hopefully, like I say, everything's back on track now, and we can kind of go from there and think about it out. Well, I mean, I've been watching booktube. I've been watching people on YouTube. I watch a lot of gaming channels as well. Very specific. There's certain gaming channels that I watch all the time, and booktubers and things like that. And I have messaged a few people on Instagram to thank them for, you know, just to say thank you, because it's kind of helped me through these bad times. You know, it's given me something to focus on, and it's made me smile, made me laugh, etc. Certain booktubers, I have, like I say, I have thanked them, and I'll thank them again probably down below. Some of the gaming channels and the booktubers, etc. Just because, you know, you do need your distractions, you need your kind of familiarities, that kind of thing. You want to, you know, you want reminders that even though everything that you're living in at the moment might be just an absolute catastrophe, and you can't see an end to it, and you know, you're kind of gearing yourself up for the absolute, you know, for the absolute worst, which, you know, a few times I was told to do by medical staff, etc. We were told to prepare for, you know, prepare for the worst news you could prepare for. And you kind of, you know, your world just kind of, you know, like I say, you're living in this kind of fog, but in the distance, in your peripheral vision, you kind of, you see the world just crumbling around you. You know, you can hear it and sense it in the distance, type of thing, creeping in. And it's the familiarities, it's the normal stuff. It's the fact that you can go and watch a video on one of your booktube friends, and you know you're gonna, you know, and you can crack a smile, you know, or you can have a little laugh in the dark times. That's, I mean, you know, it sounds like I'm putting a lot of kind of responsibility, or not responsibility, but you know, I'm putting a lot of focus on how I see these channels and see these, like, people that I'm friends with and that I talk to online, etc. But I'm very serious about, you know, that side of things. I really am. Sometimes, I know, especially like I say, in these last few months and stuff, they've helped me out no end, you know. So I think that'll do for today. Like I say, I've got to go away now and edit this, and I'll spend the day kind of getting this onto any channel I can find and getting this out somewhere here, there and everywhere. And I will get back onto the Authortube stuff as well, and the getting it onto Instagram regularly like I used to. I did hit 15,000 subscribers, which is amazing. Thanks for that, everybody. You know, it's really great on Instagram. And I did promise I'd do something special, but I haven't had a chance to actually work out anything like what to do. But I'll give it some thought. I'll work it out, and I'll decide what to do. I don't know what I'll do. I'll do something. I don't know what. But you know, I expect a few people will feature in some dedications in the future, just because of how you know, they've helped me out in the last few months or so, because it has been a very dark time, and relieved it's over. I really am. I'm relieved it's over. You know, you do get a huge weight lifts off your shoulders when these things finally come to an end. Especially when they are very kind of sudden. There was a very sudden aspect to it all. It was, you know, one of those things where you just get a phone call and it's all very sudden. And you know, and then you have kind of, you know, you have to face these things head on, type of thing. You know, you or you know, you don't. You know, it's there's a lot of times there where I thought to myself, oh, I'm not leaving this house today. I cannot leave this house today. You know, I don't want to leave this house. I do not want to go to the hospital. I do not want to see my relative, you know, how she was. I don't want to do it, but you do it. You know, I did it. You know, but there was times where I just thought, you know, how am I dealing with this? Because I don't know. You know, I was surprising myself on quite a few occasions. So yeah, I'll say a couple of weeks, because at least then that gives me a couple of weeks. The school holidays will be finished. I'll be back into like a more of a set routine. I have quite a long working day, you know, in a normal week type of thing. So once that's all back into gear, things will kick over again. I'll have some more news. So I'll be aiming for about 2 weeks probably. So you'll be looking at around about the beginning of May, maybe. And in that time, if I do get the new font stuff, the new for the bullet journals and the diaries onto Etsy, I'll let everybody know, and I'll obviously show you some. I have got an idea for a few new ideas, so we'll work on that. But apart from that, I just wanted to, like I say, it's a bit of a catch up and an explanation and a thank you to everyone who, without even realising it, helped me out. And there's quite a few of you, and some of you already know, but thank you again. Right, I'm going to leave it there because I really need to answer the call of my kettle and go make a lovely cup of tea because I really need one. And then I'm going to sit down and get back into the work I just told you about. So I'll see you all soon, and come chat to me any way you like. Instagram is usually my most active channel. If you want to come over there, have a chat, and I'll see you soon. Bye guys.